Black Friday in the year of our Lord 2017. Me, my sister, and her then boyfriend were going to a Walmart, and I was looking to get some new games because I was kind of getting tired of NBA 2K16, and the only modern age story-driven game I had really played was Infamous Second Son. And I got a recommendation by, again, my sister's then boyfriend. To buy 2 different games. And over the next few years, I would play one of these games for an unknowable amount of time. And the other game was Mafia 3. And I think it's safe to say that I've never sunk as many hours into one game. And that game is Fallout 4. And I am Noah Fortner. And war never changes. Yo, I got dressed up for this one. This one's sick. So I thought it'd be really cool to get dressed up for this video because favorite game of all time. I'm gonna get this cool little bat with a fucking chainsaw. And I'm gonna wear a fucking like military outfit and wear a headband and goggles like I'm in the fucking wasteland. But then I realized a lot of this is green and this is green and so is a lot of this. So we're just gonna see how that looks in post. Fallout 4 is a game that comes with a lot of baggage. I'm not here to yell and scream about what all the bad things about Fallout 4 is, and I'm also not here to just deep throat the cock of Bethesda for why this game is the greatest game of all time. No, I belong to neither of these two groups. I am simply in the middle, and I am simply here to describe and tell you what, when, where, how, why I fell in love with this game. Because it's the first big RPG game I got into as like an adult. I was 16 at the time. Is that an adult? It's a person with a higher brain function than a 10-year-old. But what do you mean by that? No, you never played an RPG? Not really. I mean, I did as a kid, but I would more or less just beat bop around and like, you know, just run over people in GTA when I'd secretly play. Don't tell my mom that I secretly played a little GTA when I was a kid. Ooh. The story games I did play were like Madagascar and fucking Meet the Robinsons. I was really only into like sports games and fucking wrestling, which I guess that's story driven, but the story was also like,
but you're not even in my league.
Don't put your grubby hands on me.
All right, go right now.
Stop. Fine with me. Both of you.
Oh my gosh!
At the time I was into a lot of like Call of Duty shooters and Battlefield, like Battlefield Hardline. Homie, I'm gonna make a video on Battlefield Hardline one day. Just you fucking wait. So I first played Mafia 3. Why? I was more, I don't know, the word mafia to my child goblin doo-doo brain was like, that sounds interesting and fun, and it kind of looks like GTA. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna play this. And then I did, and I was like, oh, that's all right. But then once I completed that, I put in Fallout 4 for the first time. I had the Game of the Year edition. The box looks like this. It's over there, I could grab it. I'm not going to. And really going into this, I didn't have too much of an idea of what the Fallout series was, or what it even looked like, or what it was about. And I think the game does a very, very great job at fixing that immediately.
War. War never changes. War never changes.
The opening starts off with a big live action montage and a story basically letting you know what you need to know about this game. And it kind of puts you in a place as a new player. It's storming outside. And so when I loaded up the game after watching this pretty cool cinematic, I was like, all right, I guess I'm in. Not really still knowing much about anything, but immediately throws you into...
Oh my god!
Hold on!
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! But feeling the panic for the first time of a nuke dropping down on me was pretty fun. And then my wife gets shot in the head, and then it's like, all right, we gotta go. And then we go on a little adventure, and we escape, and we're beating up some fucking roaches. And then they're like, oh, we gotta go find my kid Sean. Let's try back at the house. So we walk back to the house, and I've talked about this before. But once you leave the vault, and it starts to set up the fallout, the wasteland. I talked about this before. This little musical little bit right here. Chills every time. And more or less from here on out, your adventure kind of gets started. You're kind of out of the tutorial at this point. And seeing kind of how big the map was for the first time, and really trying to like wrap my mind around whatever the fuck was going on here was a new experience that I really hadn't had before. I think the first time that I really was like, holy fuck, I genuinely know like anything about this shit, was when I rolled up to Diamond City for the first time. Everybody's like talking about this Diamond City, and my dumbass fucking poo-poo pee-pee brain was like, all right, I gotta get to this fucking city, wherever that's fucking gonna be. And I get there, and it's a fucking Diamond City, dude. It's Fenway Park, motherfucker. I was like, what the hell? And like, my imagination would not let me like even comprehend an idea like that at the time. Just something as simple as that caught my imagination, and I feel like that's a great like theme for this. Is just most of this game is about just capturing my imagination with things that I didn't even really consider or think of before. And during my first playthrough, a lot of it was just like focusing on all these little side areas and these little side quests, and every time something new would happen, I would just be like, yo, this world feels like humongous, like I'll never ever fucking finish it. And to this day, I've never 100%ed this game. Because every time I do a different playthrough, it always feels like there's different things that I want to accomplish and do each time. And I could go through all my thoughts on the story, but that's not really what this is about. I can kind of hit some cool points that I really like. I like the Liberty Prime thing, but that was my very first playthrough because I started with the Brotherhood. And then I like the Noodles guy in Diamond City. That's not really a story element. Kellogg pretty dope though. I just like his shirt. I don't really give a fuck about Kellogg. I just like his shirt. I like fake Preston Garvey a lot. Like a lot. One of my favorite characters that I don't really like quest with a lot is Nick Valentine. I just like the idea of him. He's just a cool idea. I like it. I quest with Kate a lot, just because I think Kate's cool. And who else? I like Dog Meat. Dog Meat's cool. I never really quested with Strong because I'd never really found out he was a companion until my later playthroughs. I think that's a kind of a theme throughout this. I eventually discover a lot of different things that I didn't know before about the game later, and I think a lot of the replayability of this game for me at least, is the fucking customization, dude. Are you kidding me? You can build entire towns? This settlement building, dude, I didn't fucking, like, yeah, play Minecraft, whatever the fucking shit. But like, this shit, dude, is 1, relaxing as hell, 2, wacky as hell, 3, fun as fuck. Like, you can build an entire fucking city, and then you can also customize all your different guns, and then you can also customize all your different, like, armors and clothes, and then you can customize all your different power armors and shit. And later, if you have DLC, you can customize fucking robots, dude! I can build fucking robots? Are you fucking serious right now? I'm a whore for customization. I really enjoy it. And all this shit, like, that's a lot of the reason of why I got really sucked into this game for my first playthrough and didn't start another one for a while, was just was building shit, dog. I haven't even I haven't got to mods yet, dude. I'd only been like a PS4 gamer at this point. I didn't have a PC strong enough to run anything besides Wizard 101, and that would barely run anyway. Sorry, did I step on your tail? I'm sorry. Why are you? But at this point, like, discovering mods, I was a kid in a candy store. But this candy store was filled with a bunch of shit that I didn't think was possible for me to do. And it was so intriguing to my goblin-ass brain that I could download different little things that would completely change the world. And I'd be like, yo, that's sick as fuck! And a lot of this reason that I love this game so much is just discovering mods, discovering the world, discovering that I can customize almost every single fucking thing that I have in my inventory, discovering that Preston Garvey is kind of a bitch, discovering that this specific warehouse, I'm tired of fucking dealing with it, discovering a lot of my love for this game's just world building and wacky characters and fucking wacky monsters. Little visual storytelling that really isn't talked about, I don't think, a ton, but like just these like subtle, somber moments that you can just randomly see. A lot of the shit that was wrong with the game, especially on my first go through, I wasn't aware of. I did not know that the dialogue was shit because I played shit dialogue games for most of my fucking life. I wasn't aware of what they did away with from previous Fallout games, so I was just able to appreciate all the good things that they did. And yeah, I would eventually go on and discover different parts and different things that I liked a bit more than this one, but this still has a special place in my heart for not only sparking a giant amount of creativity within me to fucking make a short film about the goddamn game, but also just to spark my interest and build like a foundation of what my taste for games and entertainment is in general. It's filled with a bunch of wacky bullshit, but also at the same time, there's some pretty great story bits in Fallout, even if the faces look like this. And at least once a year, I go back and I replay Fallout pretty much all the way through. Like I said at the beginning, I've played this game an unknowable amount of times. And a lot of the references and things that I do in life are about Fallout. There's a fucking NCR flag right over there. There's fucking Hancock and a Vault Boy over there. There's little pops. I made a fucking short film about the fucking franchise, for God's sake. I love this game. I love this world. I love this fucking... And before I wrap it up, I want to talk about some other little things that I love a lot. I love the fucking World Series bat. I really like that. That's pretty cool. I like all the different drugs you can take, like the one that makes jet, that makes your time go slow. I just really like those two things. Those two things combined, they make me really happy. I like all the music. It fucking introduced me to music that I've never fucking heard before, and I discovered that, hey, I actually kind of really like these like old songs and shit, and I found new ones because of it. And I really like this apocalypse aesthetic. Some games like this one can get it really, really right in my eyes, and other games I love an apocalypse setting, but sometimes it's not right for my brain. And I think a lot of this just struck a chord in me that I love. Okay, I need to wrap this up. And I might gush about some other games eventually. I might even make maybe more Fallout video. I don't know. I'll see how this one turns out. But I really enjoyed this. And if you enjoyed this also and you want to see more, you can subscribe over here. Or you can watch my last video over here. Or it's backwards, and that's here, and that's there. But I'm here, and I've been Noah Fortner. And have a nice day, and stay safe out there.